Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Limin in the VI with Narcisse Springer and Emil Henderson III. We are here at the 41st Annual Agricultural and Food Fair of the Virgin Islands, where this year's theme is Youth in Agriculture, Growing Our Future. It is a wonderful event so far. We're so happy to be here, so happy to be able to cover this event. Narcisse, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. How have you been seeing the fair so far since you've been here?
I just got here, and of course it's packed.
Yeah.
Which is no surprise, because I know that this is one of those times of the year that a lot of people look forward to, not just in St. Croix, but St. Thomas, St. John, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people come down from the States. So I'm super excited as always, and I am definitely looking forward to having a great day doing what I do best, which is eating.
Yeah. Now, you know, earlier it was rainy earlier, and so I was kind of concerned that what will happen, but I understand that every year it rains on Saturday. I usually don't come on Saturdays that much. I usually try to come on Sunday and Monday. Last year was the first time that I actually came all 3 days, enjoyed myself, spent entirely too much money, ate entirely too much food, but it was just really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to have a show packed with interviews, packed with videos where you can see the foods that are here, the exhibits that are here, a lot of stuff that are here, and I believe you're going to enjoy the show. So when we get back, we'll have some more with you. Back in a moment. Good afternoon. I'm here with Kofi Boateng, who is the Executive Vice President of the Board of Directors of the Agricultural Food Fair of the Virgin Islands. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, sir, and thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very, very happy to be here.
Well, and we thank you for allowing us to be able to cover this event. This is the 41st annual event that you have here for the Agricultural Food Fair. How long have you been associated with the food fair?
I've been associated with the food fair for 28 years. I think I'm one of the oldest people on the board, you know, because I've been on the board for a very, very long time.
Now, as a board member, tell us what are some of the goals, the aims that you have for the Agricultural Food Fair?
Okay. One of the things that we try to do is to promote agriculture. And by doing that, we like to promote our farmers and also help our farmers really have an avenue for marketing their products, so that people can also see what they produce throughout the year, and people can, by coming here and getting some plants and stuff from them, they can support them all the year round. And that is why we invite the farmers and the people together to meet one another.
Have you seen in recent times there's been a real spike in interest in agriculture, people doing home farming, box gardens? Have you seen a spike so far in people coming out asking the Department of Agriculture for more, I guess, understanding on farming and agriculture?
Yes, I work for the Extension Service. I'm the Associate Director for the Cooperative Extension Service. And our job is basically to take research-based information to farmers and home gardeners. And yes, I've seen the surge. My Assistant Director, who is in charge of Agriculture and Natural Resource, always tell me that the demand for people, for him to come and speak to them about their farming or about their backyard projects is getting higher and higher. So there is a really surge in people getting information and technology in developing their own backyard garden.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, I've said before that this is one of the events, even though it's only for 3 days,
yes,
it is packed with a lot.
Yes.
And it's an event that I think gets better every single year
yes.
that we do it.
Yes.
Have you seen that a lot more people now are opting to come for the Agricultural Food Fair weekend as opposed to come for the festival or even the St. Thomas Carnival weekend?
Well, I don't really know, because most of the time during the Christmas period, I'm off island. I'm normally in Africa or different country. So I normally do not see what is happening, you know, in there. But in terms of agriculture though, what I can tell you is that every year our objective is to improve the fair and also bring in something new.
Great.
So every year we're looking for different things that we can do as a board to make people really enjoy themselves and to stay or come back to the Virgin Islands and to the fair.
Tell
and
us
we've
a little
seen
bit
that.
about what people can expect at the agricultural food fair.
Okay, one of the things that they can really expect is the food. I mean, you cannot stop in going to the food section. That is where I'm just coming from. Also, they can go to the farmers market and get a lot of plants, any plant that they want. They can get also advice of people. We have a lot of extension people at the UBI tent that are giving advice for people to grow food and also to assist them in any way that they want. And also there are a lot of children activities in the livestock section where you can see different exotic animals, animals that we raise on the islands, and different things that you don't see on a normal day-to-day basis. Now there's a lot of people that raise chickens and they have eggs, and you can see most of these activities right there by the livestock. We have a lot of sheep, goat. Believe it or not, we have so many different varieties of goats that people come from the other islands trying to buy breed stock from us that they take back onto the island. So when you go to the goat section, you go to the livestock section, you see a lot of white hair sheep and a lot of different crossbred that the university has been working on. So this is an opportunity for people to see what is happening on the island in terms of research and different things that we do.
Excellent. Well, Mr. Boateng, I want to thank you so very much for coming and doing this interview and giving our listeners and our viewers an opportunity to know a little bit more about the agricultural food fair, a little background of the agricultural food fair, and I thank you for that. We're here live at the 41st Annual Agricultural Food Fair. We'll be back in a moment.
We are back and we are having a wonderful time at the 41st anniversary of the St. Croix Agriculture and Food Fair. I'm here with Miss Jeremiah and I'm going to go ahead and let her tell you guys why she's here and what her role is in this awesome event.
Good afternoon. As Ms. Springer tells you this afternoon, that my name is Ivani Jeremiah. I am the Assistant Director of the Off-Island Exhibits, which simply means that we have a number of persons in the Caribbean islands who comes to the fair every year. This year we have Antigua and Barbuda, we have St. Kitts, we have Nevis, we have Grenada, Guyana, St. Lucia and Dominica, and also St. Thomas and Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Every year they come in to be a part of the fair. We're always delighted to have them because they bring in a variety of products, not only crops but also craft. And I think you should really take a chance and go down and see the wide variety of stuff that they have to offer.
Wow. What part of the fairgrounds are they located?
They are at the marketing building on the western side. The crops are inside that big building and the craft are outside along the side of the building. So they have a large variety of stuff. So I think you need to go down, look at them, give them your support, let them know that we're happy to have them on St. Croix.
That is awesome. So basically tell me a little bit about how they end up here. Like, do you solicit them or it seems to me from growing up that this event has always been successful. So is it where they know it's coming up and they get in contact with you guys, or do you reach out to them?
It's a little of both, but we normally send out invitation letters to all the Caribbean islands, letting them know about our wonderful Agri-Fest, and they look forward to it every year, and they're quite excited to come. So we're happy to accommodate them. We pick them up, we provide them with transportation and all those things, and so they just come every year. One island would bring like 20 people. So it's really a great event that they too look forward to attend.
So tell us a little bit about the young lady who's also here with you today.
Okay, this is Marva Ostry. She's the assistant recording secretary of the Agriculture and Food Fair Board. So she is with us and she does a good job on the board. So I just wanted to be a part of it so everyone can see Marva Ostry.
It's a great learning experience. being a part of the board.
Okay, and I've actually done a little bit of work with you guys over at the university with the food tasting, and you guys always do a wonderful job. So we want to thank you for stopping by to Run Tell That tent and joining us on this episode of Limin in the VI. And we hope to see many more great things from you guys over the years.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and we are back here live at the 2012 41st Annual Agriculture and Food Fair of the Virgin Islands, which the theme this year is Youth in Agriculture, Growing Our Future. With me, we have Claire L. Roker. Ms. Roker, how are you?
I'm fine, thank
Wonderful.
you. How are you?
How have you been? I'm doing well, thank you. How have you been enjoying the day so far?
Great. You know, this morning we had a little bit of rain, which loosens up everything, and now we have lots of sunshine, and more people are out now.
Yeah, I've often said before that the fair is one of the events that continues each year to get better as the year goes by. And as you can see, I'm sure later on you'll see in the videos, the people here are just enjoying themselves. They're eating, they're laughing, they're here with their families. It's a very family-oriented event. And it's one of those events that we have here in St. Croix, though it's only 3 days long.
Right.
A lot happens in those 3 days.
Oh, definitely. And I had an opportunity of going over by where the youths have their exhibits, and I'm telling you, the imagination, the creativity, the plans that those kids have put together, it's the right title.
Absolutely. So what have you eaten so far since you've been here?
You really don't want me to tell you, right?
I do.
Well, I had a little bit of conch, I had a little bit of potato stuffing, a little bit of rice, a little bit of crab and rice, a little bit of sauce, and cake.
Ms. Roker, that's a lot of food.
A little bit. A little bit of this and a little bit, yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't had a chance to eat yet because, you know, I'm here working today. So I haven't had a chance to actually go out and eat anything. But we have 3 days to do so.
That's
and
correct.
so for the 3 days that we're going to be here, I'm going to be eating food for 3 days.
And I'm telling you, make sure that you're not on a diet. Because
I don't do diets.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I don't do diets. I just
great.
You know, some of the things that you'll find that we have here at the food fair, at the agricultural fair, is a lot of the old-time candies. I won't say old-time, but, you know, things that people aren't making regularly anymore, like the dondo slabs and the lasinjas. You know, we did a previous show when we did the food fair in December, and as you remember, we also discussed, you were on that show, right?
That's right. We were a judge together.
Right. We discussed all of the candies and types of food that people aren't readily making anymore.
Correct.
But you can come to the agricultural food fair and get all of those things.
Yeah, and another thing that's very interesting is the variety of bush teas. And I think that's very important because, you know, sometimes you go to the pharmacy and you buy a particular prescription, but when you read the prescription, it has some of like the lemongrass, the old-fashioned kind of teas that we had here.
Right, right. What I also noticed, you know, right now we're in this big issue here in the Virgin Islands where we are talking a lot more about agriculture, growing our own foods, becoming more farm-oriented. And, you know, here also at the agricultural food fair is where you can also get a lot of plants. For you to be able to plant and have your own garden. And they're also showing you how you can create your own home box gardens for yourselves.
That is correct. And you know something? If we remember 1989, which was Hurricane Hugo, we were destroyed. But we went back to basic.
Yes.
We got the coal pot.
Yes.
We got put a pot on the stove. We cooked then. And nowadays, with the topic, more young people are becoming involved. Exactly.
Absolutely. And that is truly a wonderful thing. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And so is there anything yet so far since you've been here that you have not gotten that you intend to get before you leave?
Well, I want to go and see much more of the exhibits. And see the new technology and various things like the various organizations that are out here and what they're offering to the public.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, Ms. Roker, thank you once again for always being on our show, supporting us and doing these quick interviews with us. We are here at the 41st Annual Agriculture and Food Fair of the Virgin Islands, and we'll be right back. Good afternoon. I'm here with Willard John, who is the Director of Entertainment here at the 41st Annual Agricultural Food Fair of the Virgin Islands. Good afternoon, Mr. John.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm happy that you guys are filming.
Well, thank you so much. And we are happy that you all gave us permission to be able to do this today, because what we wanted to do here at RTD and Limin and the VI was give the opportunity for those individuals who are not in the territory, who may be thinking of a place they want to go or when they want to go, to come to the Agricultural Food Fair, where you can actually get our culture encapsulated in a 3-day period.
Not only that, but all those who did not have an opportunity to come will see what they're actually missing.
Absolutely. Now, you know, I've maintained, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, that I think every year this event becomes better. It grows, it gets bigger, there's more to do, and this is one of the events that I enjoy every single year. I come 3 days a year. The event that you have each and every single day, and I feel like each day I see something different.
Well, we have a very dedicated staff of board of directors that plan and implement this event. But more importantly, we have a number of workers that implement what we plan, that do all the groundwork to make it happen. And it comes together in February.
Now, what are some of the events that we can see here at the Agricultural Food Fair?
Well, I am the director of entertainment, so the way we set the entertainment up, there are 3 stages on the grounds. There's a big tent where we had the opening ceremonies. Then next to the administration office is a smaller tent. We call it the middle tent, where we have very light entertainment, where people may not want to hear loud noises, want to hear something more mellow. We have the entertainment here. And then, of course, up on this eastern end, we have the food section, which is the east stage.
And my favorite section.
You do?
Yeah,
okay,
the food section.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, we try to have some music that would complement the food that you're eating. Just like you would drink wine to complement your meal, we have music to complement it. And right now we're listening to Energy Band out of St. Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we do try to book some bands from off island.
So there are also a lot of entertainment that come from outside of St. Croix.
Not a whole lot, not a whole lot.
Okay.
But what we do is, because we can't afford to really bring bands in, if a band is visiting and are here already, we would book them for it. So Energy Band is playing at the casino. So I booked them to play. Should be interesting. After they're through would be Croix and Rhythm.
Okay.
That's the old Taco and the Playboys. Those guys are very good. And as we speak, Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights, the Heritage Dancers, the West End Masqueraders are all under the Big Tent performing. That's correct. And then on the middle stage, we have the Ebenezer Methodist Steel Orchestra, and after them, the Crucian Rising Stars Steel Orchestra.
Oh, that I just think is awesome. I think, like I said, the ambiance of the event, the people moving around, it's just a wonderful afternoon that we're having. Even though it started out with a little rain, the rain has held up for the rest of this day so far, and it's just a wonderful afternoon.
Well, the rain does 2 purposes. One, it settles the dust, and 2, it's get rid of all the negative spirits.
I agree. Now, will there be any Mokojumbis dancing throughout the weekend?
I would say about between 3 and 4 tomorrow. You see the Guardians of Culture, Mokojumbis. But let me tell you about a big event tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, and you know, we find that many of the merchants don't have an opportunity to go to church, so we bring church to them. So we have a church service early in the morning, and then we have a gospel group singing and performing throughout the morning until 1 in the afternoon. After they are through, then express band set up, and we have the Calypsonians singing.
Great. I think that's great. Now, you know, secretly, I've always wanted to be a Mokojumbi. Secretly. But I've never had an opportunity to do it. What is the cutoff year for the Mokojumbi?
Well, listen, I am still doing it.
Yeah,
so there is no cutoff.
No, I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'll tell you something. I have a lady that came to me. She's better than 60 years old, and she's learning right now.
Okay. Then,
and I'm sure you're not quite there yet.
I am not. But we're going to work on that so that next year at the food fair, at the agricultural food fair, I can be one of the Mokojumbi dancers.
And certainly we have to get George and his camera crew to follow you around.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much for coming with us.
It is my pleasure.
Thank you.
Anytime.
All right. Good afternoon. I'm here with the Commissioner of Agriculture, Dr. Louis Peterson Jr. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am doing great. We've been covering so far all day the Agricultural Food Fair, your 41st Agricultural Food Fair.
That's correct.
And we've spoken to a lot of different people about the fair, and they've really been enjoying it. Tell us a little bit about what your interaction is with the fair.
Well, first of all, I am the chairman of the board of directors, and we every year look forward to putting this activity together, along with, of course, the staff of the Department of Ag and our partners at UVI, sponsors, etc. The thing for us is that this is a showcase, a platform of our potential here in the territory. Despite the hardships and challenges that's associated with putting the fair together, we know the value of it in the scheme of things in our yearly calendar of events. And so this is a time when we showcase not just public, not just locally, but even outside what we are capable of doing, what we're capable of producing and to exporting. But it's also the time of the year when many of our producers develop and strengthen their network. We're talking about that farmer to consumer networking. They meet buyers that they may not have known otherwise, and we hope that these relationships last year long.
Absolutely. Now, I've said before that I think that the agricultural food fair gets better every year. It gets bigger and it gets better. And it's showcasing not only our culture, our heritage, but it's showcasing our culinary delights, our foods. How do you feel that the fair has been able to be on that par with other major events in the Virgin Islands?
I think it has a lot to do with the passion of those who are behind the fair, organizing the fair. That passion drives us. Believe me, it does. Every meeting we have, you can sense the passion and the love by those who organize it. But I also think that there is this underlying urge among all who are in the territory to go back to basics sometimes, to see what we used to be. And that's what you can find here these 3 days, all in one place, yesterday and today, our culture. I think people love that. So aside from the organizers, there is support from the public to see in 3 days' time in one place what we are capable of doing.
Yes. Now I know that as of late, a lot of people have become more interested in farming, in agriculture, in their own little box gardens as times have become quite difficult. What is the Department of Agriculture doing to ensure that people can be able to do that? Because it's to me, I will tell you, it's almost a daunting task to be a farmer.
I see.
And so what is the Agriculture Department doing to help people along in seeing that it's not as difficult as we may think?
We're doing quite a few things. You know, right now we're speaking about all the economic hardships that we're going through, the dismissals and all that. But even before this time, we have always said that people need to do what has to be done. People need to go back to basics. People need to support themselves and to produce more. So I'm saying that to say that even before our recent times, the department has partnered with the Extension Service of UVI, WTJX, to develop what you may have known as the Homegrown Initiative. That was a series that still goes on, and we teach through those series of television programs what people can do for themselves around their own home, even with little space. There have been many people who meet me on the streets or call in sometimes and let us know just how much they learn. So we have an ongoing initiative to make this happen. In addition to that though, we have learned that over the last 2 months or so, the demand on our nursery, where we produce seedlings for for sale, seedlings of vegetables, seedlings of herbs. We have learned that the demand on those resources have gone up about 60 to 70%. It tells us that the people just want to produce more, do more for themselves. So what we have to do now is step up to the challenge of determining how we're going to meet that challenge. How are we going to expand the resources? For the first time, we had to close that nursery.
Excellent.
Because we had no more sales.
Wow, excellent. Now, I know you're here working today, but hope that you had an opportunity to have a little bit of fun. What are some of the things that you're hoping to take away from the fair today? What kind of foods are you trying to eat?
As we speak, I was on my way to get my vegetarian food. Okay, so after this interview, I'm going to hopefully get there and hopefully still have some left. In terms of food, that's what I'm looking for. I came from the farmers market section and I was really enthused about what our farmers can do. All the good quality, fresh produce.
Excellent.
But I'm hoping as well that people can visit the UVI's tent and our tent, the department's tent, where we have demonstrations of what you can do around your home, the box garden initiative. UVI even has the vertical garden initiative, where if you have little space, instead of spreading out, you come up. Vertical gardening. So those are things that I'm looking forward to seeing people come and visit, learn more about, and basically after the fair, put it to use.
Wonderful. Commissioner, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. All right, great.
We are back and we are live at the 41st anniversary of the St. Croix Agriculture and Food Fair. And I'm actually here with the marching band from the St. Croix Educational Complex. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Dania Dowlin, and this is Shaquina Brooks, Ania Jan, and Tatiana Masaya. We are part of the cheerleading squad for the St. Croix Educational Complex, as Miss Springer said. We are here at the Agriculture Fair for donations to get sponsors so we can go to St. Thomas for their 60th anniversary. Our booth is number 23, and we're also having a raffle, so you could support that too. It's on April 23rd at the St. Croix Educational Complex at 3 o'clock p.m. The first prize is a ticket for 2 to St. Thomas and 2 nights stay at DV and a spa indulgence.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the band. How many members do you guys have in the band right now?
About 94.
Wow. And how do they control such a huge group of students?
Well, most of us, we understand each other, so we don't argue and everything. If we have a problem, we express it to one another without getting hostile and everything.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so since we're here at the fair, tell me a little bit about what the Agriculture and Food Fair means to you.
Well, the Agriculture and Food Fair means to me about local things, getting exposed to other people other than ourselves as we see it every day, and just having fun with your family and friends. That's what I think.
Okay, so I'm going to turn to you for a minute. What's your name?
My name is Ania Jan.
Okay, Ania, and what does the Agriculture and Food Fair mean to you?
Well, agriculture and food fair means to me like a way to express our culture to tourists, and also so we can taste our different foods and local drinks and see what our culture which is about, because not many of us know about our culture.
That's true. So how are you guys enjoying the fair so far?
Yeah,
it's good. So far so good?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to try some of the local favorites?
Yes.
Okay, so what are some of your local favorites?
The passion fruit juice and local drinks.
I like the patés. Patés. So you come to the fair to try the patés? And the Johnny cake. Okay. So is there like a specific, well, you guys have a booth of your own, so are you like selling food or what are you guys doing?
Foods and baked goods and local drinks.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay, so who prepared those dishes for you?
Well, some of the parents for our band members.
Okay. Okay, so what are some of the things that you guys look forward to here? Like, in terms of food, what are some of the dishes that you would like to try?
Kalaloo. I like the conch.
Conch.
Me is the seafood kalaloo.
Okay, well there you have it, the St. Croix Educational Complex Marching Band. Be sure to support these young kids. There's so much young people out there trying to get sponsorships, and we definitely need to pay attention to that and try to help them out as much as we can. Hopefully you guys get to your goal. We'll be back.
Narcisse, I mean, we've been having such an awesome time today, speaking to so many different people today who have been really enjoying themselves. And I think we've made the decision that we need to have at least 2 episodes of Limin and VI here at the Agricultural Food Fair.
I agree. It's just too much to cover in such a short time. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back. We're going to leave today, leave this show, and we're going to come back and you'll see yet another episode of the show. We'll continue on, I should say, today as we speak to more people, get more feedback of how they're enjoying the fair.
We'll just do a part 2. We'll just stay longer and do a part 2.
We can do that. It's our show. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll see you part 2. Good afternoon, and we are here live at the 41st Agricultural Food Fair of the Virgin Islands. We are here for part 2 of our coverage of the 41st Annual Agricultural Food Fair of the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
And Narcisse, you know, we made a decision to stay longer because we had so many interviews, we're doing so many things, and we did not really feel that we got all that we need to get in the first show.
You know what? And I doubt we're gonna be able to cover everyone, but we definitely want to cover as much as we possibly can. So yes, we are gonna give you guys part 2 of the 41st anniversary of the St. Croix Agriculture and Food Fair.
Now, as we know, we'll be talking to a lot more people, having a lot more interviews during this, and being sure that we're able to capture all that we can. As you said, it's impossible for us to capture this entire 3-day event in 2 days. But like we said, we're going to try to do it, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy both the episodes. But we'll be back in a moment with more interviews. And we are here with one of the honorees of the 41st Annual Agricultural Food Fair of the Virgin Islands, Croix Messer-Milligan, for whom the refreshment stand and food pavilion is named after. This year, it is named the Croix Messer-Milligan Food and Refreshment Pavilion. How are you feeling?
Fine.
Do you think that's a wonderful honor? Are you honored, I should say?
Yes, I am.
That they would honor you.
Yes, sir.
This year at the Agricultural Food Fair.
Yes.
Okay. Tell about our audience a little bit of what it is that you've done over the years as far as food is concerned.
Cooking.
Like what kinds of foods?
Local food. That's the most important thing, local food.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like what? Callaloo,
roast pork, boiled foot soup.
No, you know that's something I don't like? I don't like boiled foot soup. No, I don't like it.
Why?
I have no idea. I just don't like boiled foot soup.
Well, it's part of our culture.
Soup. Pick another soup that you like.
Callaloo is a soup too, you know.
Yes, it is, but that's also like I'm not too fond of either. I'm more like into the red pea
soup. Red pea soup is good.
Pumpkin
soup.
You know, so you're over the years you have done that. Not only here, but many of us who come to the festival village know that you're always in the festival village.
Right.
This year you weren't there, and it was one of those where it was very clear that Corinne was not at the festival, and it was a very different feeling. At least for me it was, and I know in talking to other people it was very different for them. Are we going to see you next year as you have the food fair?
God's willing.
Praise the Lord. Because we know that you are one of those people where we can always go to and always get good food from. Correct?
Sure.
Now, we always know that I always order my pâtés months in advance.
Right, that's
because in order for me to have my pâté when I want it, I can't order the same day because your line is always so long. I think I really love to get your pâtés. Why do you think people always come back for your pâté?
That is good.
And that's a
They're
perfect
good.
answer. Yes. So what have you been doing today so far? You've been here for the fair.
Walking up and down, enjoying everything like other people do.
And what have you seen since you've been here?
The plants, vegetables, fruits, things that I like doing, you know.
Are you
working with.
taking anything home with you?
There's some plants.
Okay. Now, do you have your own home garden? Because I noticed lately a lot of people have been.
Yeah, I have a little garden. I have a garden. I have a lot of fruits. Tea bush, mostly tea bush though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand that over by the warehouse, there's a whole section of different tea bushes that are out there. What kind of, for our audience, what are some of the tea bush that are customary to us here in the Virgin Islands?
Balsam. One of the balsam, lemongrass, that's number one.
This is my favorite.
Right, lemongrass.
Now the teas, you can actually mix them, correct?
Right.
Okay, and by mixing them, they also give you like a different type of flavor to them?
Right, depends on, you know, like if lemongrass, you put more lemongrass than balsam, you get a more lemongrass flavor.
Okay.
If you put more balsam than lemongrass, then you get a balsam flavor. The more bush you put from the other, the strength
that you will have.
Right.
Now, I also understand that there are a lot of these different bush teas that are good for illnesses.
Right.
What are some of the teas that we know of, and what are they good for?
Well, lemongrass good for fever. You know, some people call it fever grass.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
And what others?
Sweet scent good for cold.
Okay.
Sour sap good for fever too.
Now, which is the one that's good to put children to sleep? Because I'm sure parents
sour
out there.
Sour sap.
Parents, when you want to put your children to sleep or to rest because they are really harassing you, the best thing to do is give them which one?
Sour sap.
The sour sap bush tea.
Right.
Now, I'm sure my parents gave me a lot of that when I was young. They had to have, because I was quite something growing up. But, you know, Miss Messer is also the mother of my cousins. And there's one cousin in particular that I absolutely love, and that's Yancy. Is he here today?
I think so.
He's here today. Okay. And I'm sure that your children are just so proud of you, of you being honored. I know you had done the food fair once, and you've also done now here. And I'm sure they're so proud of your accomplishments. And I just think, want to let you know, the people of the Virgin Islands, thank you for always keeping the culture alive, keeping the food culture alive, and making sure that we are able to eat food that's authentically Peruvian. Right. And we thank you for that. So, Ms. Messer, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey guys, well I'm here with Janet, and Janet has a booth down here at the Agriculture and Food Fair, so I'm gonna let her tell you guys a little bit about that.
Yes, good afternoon. My name's Janet Lindley, and I own Silver Angel in Christiansted in the Caravelle Arcade, and I've been coming to the fair for 9 years with my jewelry, enjoying the outdoors. We specialize in all sterling silver, so I just brought a few articles of pieces of jewelry with me to the fair, but in my store I have much more wide variety. I carry a lot of silver free-farm rings, the silvered pendants, a whole lot of earrings, the chains, carry the silver spoon watches that are here on the island, so just a wide variety.
Okay, that's awesome. So how are you enjoying our agriculture and food fair? Is this your first one, or you've been here before?
No, this is my 9th time coming to the agricultural fair.
Wow.
So I love coming to the fair. I love being outdoors instead of in the store. And meeting all the people is wonderful.
That is awesome. What are some of your highlights? Like, what are some of your favorites when you come to the fair? What do you look forward to other than selling?
When I come to the fair, we always buy different plants every year. Most of our outdoor plants are from the fair, and then of course all the vegetables, and we enjoy eating the local food.
Yes, most definitely. Tell us what's your favorite, like what are some of your favorites in terms of local dishes?
We enjoy the salt fish, the Johnny cakes, of course, are always a local favorite, and then all of the drinks.
Oh, great.
The smoothies and the natural juices.
Okay, there you have it, guys. Be on the lookout for Janet's booth, and if you don't catch her this year at the Ag Fair, you can definitely check out her store in town, or you can, do you have a online or something?
No, I don't have an online account, just.
Okay. Alrighty, well, thanks for stopping by.
Okay, well, thanks for having me.
Okay.
I'm here with Eunice Ambrose, who's one of the vendors here at the Agricultural Food Fair at booth number 4. Tell us a little bit about what this is your first time participating in the Agricultural Food Fair?
It's not. This has been my 3rd year participating in the Agricultural Food Fair, and it has been a great experience so far.
Okay. Do you find that it gets better each year that you've been here?
Definitely so. Definitely so.
What are some of the things that we can find in your booth?
You can find things like stewed goat, callaloo seafood and meat callaloo, meat seasoned rice. You can find coleslaw, potato stuffing, mac and cheese, which is fusion food. And you can also find food from other cultures such as Antigua. I have different saltfish, and I have different saltfish rice, which is same thing that I have in St. Croix.
Okay. Now, I know that you said this is your 3rd year participating in the food fair. What served as the impetus or the catalyst for you deciding that, you know what, I think I want to have a booth at the food fair?
Well, this is culture, and I'm definitely the person who is very much into culture. And this, can you make it please?
Yeah. I mean, I think that part of the process of being a good culture bearer is being able to come and share your culture. And it appears to me that that's what you're doing here each year that you come to the food fair.
Definitely so. I want to embrace the culture, embrace the people, embrace everything it has to offer, basically.
And be sure other people can
Unless you participate, you're not able to really enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Participation is the key.
Ms. Ambrose, I want to thank you for participating and coming and being a part of the Agricultural Food Fair and share with everyone. She's at booth number 4?
Booth number 4.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Guys, we're back, and I am here with Migdalia Roach, who is doing a lot of great things out there in the community. And before we get into anything, Migdalia, I want to thank you for introducing me to my stylist these days, who's been sewing a lot of outfits for me lately. That's something I've been looking for a long time, and I'm so happy to finally have found that. Her name is Diana of Regal Designs. So we'll get some more information to you guys a little bit later on her, but in the meantime, how are you doing?
I am fine, Narcisse. How are you?
I'm okay.
I want to say congratulations to yourself and the Rontelda crew. You guys have been doing a great jobs on everything. The models, they're great.
Thank you.
The variety. So just as far as the exquisite model management aspect, and being in the small industry that we have here in St. Croix, you guys are doing a real good job.
Yes. And we're a little different to you, though. You have like a whole modeling agency going on, and we actually refer people to you. When it comes to our models, we basically just have, we just take random individuals and take photos of them. So it's not necessarily a modeling agency where we teach them to walk and all that. We just want to showcase all the beautiful people in the Virgin Islands.
That's good. Well, keeping that in mind, I'd like the audience to know that in March, we'll have our usual instructional classes coming up. So as far as your models that you have, they're great individuals that I can see photogenic, definitely, and a lot of people are, but then as part of being a model model, and not even being a model, but just carrying himself with poise and posture.
Right.
We have instructional classes that will be coming up in March. That's going to actually be located in the Bassin Triangle, where I have my current business location for Exquisite Portrait Studio. So if you're looking for any portrait needs as far as babies, kids, families, definitely come through, props, backgrounds, everything. And like I said, come in March. We also have a space that now we're going to be offering instructional classes for basic model instruction.
Oh, that is awesome, awesome, awesome. So tell me a little bit about your day so far here at the Agricultural and Food Fair.
Well, today was really great. Walked around with the kids, actually went to see a lot of the animal exhibits, something I don't usually do because I usually have a booth here this year, but this year I actually didn't, so it was kind of good. And other than that, I'm glad to see the turnout. I'm glad to see everybody, and it's really good. I congratulate the Department of Agriculture and all the sponsors and all the vendors for actually putting this together. It's such a great thing for St. Croix.
Exactly, and it's definitely something a lot of people look forward to every year.
Definitely.
And I'm glad that you got a little break this year just to, you know, hang out.
Yeah,
with the
things,
family
it really worked out.
Okay, so thanks for stopping by, Migdalia.
Thank you for having me.
We are definitely looking forward to more great things from Exquisite Models.
Okay, have a great day.
We are here. Back with me here is Trevor Teague, better known as Junie. How are you?
I'm good, And you, sir?
I'm great. He's one of the patrons that patronizes the fair. How often have you been coming to the Agricultural Food Fair?
Well, I have been coming for the last 3-4 years. Born and raised here, so it's pretty good to see. It's a very good turnout. It's pretty cool this year. With all the animosity and the lessening of the jobs and stuff. It's good to see that it's had a great turnout this year as well. So,
right, I agree. I think the turnout has been awesome. I think every year it gets bigger and it gets better. So what are some of the things that you've seen so far since you've been here at the fair today?
Well, one thing I could say, the local food that a lot of the local restaurants no longer have is here today. You know, from people for that eat meat, those that don't, a lot of seafood, talaloo, everything. So
what are some of the things that you're planning to take away from the fair today?
Well, some gooseberries too.
Yeah, okay.
You know, that's a local thing.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
Tambran, some tambran ball, and a few plants.
Okay, so you have a garden?
Well, my landlord actually does. We share the time.
Oh, good. Oh, awesome. So what kind of plants do you think you'll be taking over with you this year?
Probably a few different bush tea. You know, got different kinds of balsam. You know, lemongrass, which we have, but you know, it died out. Trying to bring it back.
Right.
You know, I was good for the kids, as you can see.
So he's enjoying himself?
More than enjoy himself.
That's
so
good to hear.
Been on a few rides. He wants to go on a few more, so taking him for one last round.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, participating in the show. Let us know how much of a great time you've been having at the fair.
Likewise, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay guys, we're back and we are still enjoying the 41st anniversary of the Agriculture and Food Fair. I'm here with my girl Zara Spencer. On Facebook you can find her under the name Zara Muse. And Zara also has a business that she's getting ready to start. We won't go into too many details. You'll have to look her up on Facebook. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm starting a business called Lady Influence. And basically it's about everything natural, from your hair, skin, makeup, your diet. And it's just like a community for everybody to come together and to learn more about our culture with a natural flair.
Yes, and as you guys can see, you can't get any more natural on this. Zara's hair, her dress, I was telling her earlier how much I admire the design of the dress that she's wearing.
Thank you.
And it's always a pleasure seeing her. She has a lot of style and confidence, and she's an extremely talented young lady. So be on the lookout for some of the things that Zara has to offer. Zara, what do you enjoy about the Agriculture and Food Fair?
I love the food, but I'm really into the drinks. I heard that there's a breadfruit drink. I need to get into that. I love the tamarind and the sour sop and the mabi. I'll be drinking till thy kingdom come.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to the food. I haven't had a chance to eat as yet, but I'm definitely going to be looking for some kalaloo and maybe some crab and rice.
Oh, I need to get that too.
And red grout and tart. I think that's the 4 things on my list for today. Okay guys, I am here and I am joined by my friend Kusa. And Kusa is gonna let you guys know what she's doing here today.
Well, how are you doing today, Narcisse?
Fine.
Good. Today, we're here with my church, our church youth group, St. Peter's Episcopal Church Youth Group, booth number 29. We have a booth every single year, and we have a booth every year. We raise money for our kids to do different things, different little outings. This year, we're trying to do a retreat for our kids at probably Discovery Grove or Mount Victory.
That is awesome. Awesome. Yes. It's always great to hear you know, different foundations and organizations doing things for the youths, because there's always the talk out there that there's not enough for the youths, and we know that that's not true.
Definitely.
I'm always used to seeing you all dressed up, so it's good to see you dressed down today.
Thank you.
In the kitchen. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have today for sale.
Well, we have all our local drinks. We have mabi, ginger beer, passion fruit, lemonade. We also have peanut punch. We have saltfish cakes, Johnny cake, chicken leg, basically all the staples of the agriculture fair.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we have everything and everything, dung bread, tarts, the whole 9.
Dung bread.
Dung bread, yes, 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 definitely.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about what the kids do. Like, it's just for recreation or?
No, actually our youth group is pretty developed. So we have a lot of different groups for our kids. We have dance, we have 2 dance groups, one for the little girls, one for the big girls. We also have a steel orchestra. We also have Sunday school. We have a active youth group where we do bake sales. We do all kind of different retreats at the church, away from the church, things like that. So we do have a very varied things for the kids to do. It's not just about coming to church on Sundays and that's about it.
Okay, that is awesome.
Yeah, so if anyone is welcome, you know, you don't have to be a member of our church to come and participate in the different groups. So if your child likes to dance, or we're even starting a Boy Scout troop shortly, so keep listening for that. So we'll have a Boy Scout troop, and so if you want to hear that, you know, come and you can call us at the church, 778-6471, or they can just come by the church. We're located right behind the Sign Farm gas station, St. Peter's Episcopal Church.
Okay, Kusa, and before we let you go, I just want you to let everyone know what are some of your favorites at the Agriculture and Food Fair.
One of my favorites, of course, is the food. You guys know I love to eat, so I love coming for the food, but I also love coming to see what the farmers have. The farmers for the vegetables and all the different fruits, picking up the different fruits and trees. And I love to see people walking out of here with, I just saw a gentleman walk out of here with a banana plant on his shoulder. So, you know, but that's what I usually come for. More the food and also the fresh vegetables and fruit.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
This is one of our special edition episodes of Limin and the BI. So it's a pleasure having you on.
And it's a pleasure having you. Thank you.
You're welcome. guys, we're back and I am so excited to be here with the beautiful Ayana Hiss, who just got here actually, so she has not really had a chance to explore. Ayana, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're looking forward to seeing today.
I'm looking forward to see the animals and stuff. I was just heading over to an animal section when I stopped and see.
Okay, so what animals were you looking forward to seeing?
The snake. I also wanted to see like the local farm animals and stuff. I just like animals, so I just wanted to go and see them.
That is awesome. So you do know we're here at the 41st anniversary of the St. Croix Agriculture and Food Fair.
Yes.
And I was going to ask you, what does the Agriculture and Food Fair mean to you? But obviously you're into the animals.
Yes.
What are some of the food stuff that you're looking forward to trying today?
I never try like tamarind stew. I always didn't like it because I thought it was sticky, so I might try that.
You tried a tamarind stew?
I hope.
Okay. And what about food? Like, what are some of your local favorites?
I don't have really local favorites.
You don't? What are some of the things that you like to eat?
Mostly like from here. I like beignet.
Beignet, see, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, tell everyone how old you are.
12.
12.
Yes.
You're a beautiful 12-year-old. And what school do you attend?
Elena
Christian. Okay, and how are things going in school?
Good. I'm on an honor roll and stuff like that.
You're on an honor roll? That is awesome. Well, just so you guys know, Ayana is actually the daughter of Ayinde Hiss, who's also a major part of Rantalad Entertainment Company. And, you know, we're definitely trying to do a little bit more stuff with the teenagers and kids. So be on the lookout for that. Is there anything you want to let the audience know before we go?
I was looking up something on Facebook, and I have seen like posing in the rainforest, and she was saying something about models, and I wanted to know if I could like join that.
Most definitely.
Well, good afternoon. How are you? Right now we have Miss Janice Tatine. Everyone knows her as Auntie Janice.
Yes.
Can you please tell me what is your role here at the Agricultural Fair?
Well, I'm the Director of Cultural Activities on the board.
Right.
And so my job is to preserve our culture. And I think it's so great that we're able to have a space that we could build this replica of what an old shop used to look like. And as the children come in, they could feel it. You know, you talk, and they don't get it. But once you could show them, yeah, you didn't just walk in and pick up things off a shelf. And then we were able to show them the book where people would come in and ask for credit, put their name down, and then say, okay, I owe you $1, $2. And there are different books in a shop like this. You would have like a swatch book, and that would have every touch of fabric that the shop sells. And then you take the book home, your parent pick the fabric and send you back to buy. And it would be the same for like trim and lace and stuff like that. So
I see you're doing a great job, because I see right here you have a replica of the store, and right across the way you have a replica of a house. As a matter of fact, we went into it there looking for you, and I said, this reminds me of my grandmother's house back in the day. So y'all did a perfect job, a great job. How long did it take you to set up everything here?
Well, the house is actually a replica of a homestead home. When that Homestead Act came in, some people got houses like that, and it was displayed as such. And then as they moved on, we said, well, why not try how most of the people lived, because only a few would have had a homestead home. And then once we papered the wall with the catalog paper, it immediately became an old Prussian home. And we have had people, older people, come in, sit and just weep, because the memories were so real. You know, like I said, if you tell them about it, it's one thing. But when they could sit in a rocking chair and just reminisce. And so we got great stories from there, great stories from the people coming in.
And as I was coming in, I saw some children playing with some marbles outside there. Even laughing. I remember marbles years and years ago after school. To see these young children playing with marbles, and I said, you're doing a great job. And to have them playing with the marbles is wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit of something that's in your store? I know.
Well, we, you know, back in the good day, you would come in and ask for the cheese by the pound, like a quarter pound. You didn't have to have enough money for a whole pound. And they would give it to you, you know? So we cut, and then we have a scale, we weigh, and so our people are able to get just that. And in a minute or so, we're going to get the TT bread right out the brick oven. And the people in here are actually waiting for the TT bread to come from the oven. And so it's quite a thing because we never have enough.
As a matter of fact, I'm filling in for Mr. Emil Henderson because he's gone over there by the oven to look for his slice of bread. So that is why I am here right now.
But here's the kicker. You would get one before he could.
Okay.
Because the bread come directly from the oven to the shop. They don't serve the bread over there.
Wonderful. So we're not going to tell him that.
No. Just let him stay and wait.
Yes, and I'm going to get a slice of bread.
Yes, you'll get before he gets because they bring it over. See, I have the bowl waiting. Because it's going to be hot and then they'll dump it out and then the people will get their bread.
I know one other thing that used to happen in the stores back in the day. We used to have a credit. You could come in there and get
we have a credit book, you know.
And you have a credit book?
We have a credit book because if you can't, you can't. And we have had issues where people came in, like I remember distinctly, Gloria Canagata Waterman came in. She said, I want the pay down book, and we promptly gave her the book. And she put her name down. She says, well, I have to order my darling cream for Christmas and my ham. And I just gonna put 5 cents down today, you know. So the reminiscing that goes on in here is phenomenal. You know, it's so nostalgic. And when we started out, remember, many of the things were before even I came along.
Right.
But the stories are so clear.
Right.
You have no doubt what you should do.
Right.
And if you look at some of the toys, we have toys from back then, like the old scooter.
That's what you call it, a scooter?
Yeah, and then we have the old box carts over here. And the only reason they're not out there running is it's too much mud. And then we have, remember those still the cans? We used to use like milk cans and stuff.
Right.
Nah, the children are bigger now, so we've moved up to the juice can so they could be a little higher. And they pretend to be Maka Jumbies.
And everything is handmade, right?
Everything is handmade.
But thank you so much again, and as I said before, you're doing a great job. And thank you for bringing back our culture so our young children can know and understand.
Yes, thank
you so much.
Yes.
Narcisse, I'm exhausted. We have had a long day, a really long day today.
Yes, but you know what? It's Saturday. The good thing is the fair goes on for 3 days. We have Sunday and Monday to still, you know, be able to interact. There's thousands and thousands of people out here. As always, it's the same thing every year. So for those of you out there that have not ever had the opportunity to come out and witness and experience a agriculture and food fair, I think you should take it into consideration because this is an event that you do not want to miss out on.
And this is equivalent to these state fairs that we have in the United States.
Right.
They are equivalent to that. And you know what? I've had an awesome time here today. We've been here from 9 o'clock this morning trying to get as much in as we can. We want to thank all of the individuals who were a part of today's. We want to thank our production crew. We want to thank those who are part of the interviews, who came out graciously to be interviewed. And please come out and support the Agricultural Food Fair. Come out and support it. It is an awesome event. It's about our culture. It's about our history. And hopefully we'll be here next year to cover the 42nd.
Most definitely. And continue to look out for more episodes of Limin and the VI. We definitely want to try to cover as many local events as we possibly can, things that people look forward to every single year. We want to be there. We want to showcase the beautiful people in the Virgin Islands, the food, the fashion, everything.
So for Narcisse and myself, have a great evening.